Hi everybody, it's Maya Zahira here with Psychic Protection Sanctuary, and we are now live in the spiritual empowerment community, and I'm just checking. It looks like people are making comments on a post. Oh, there we go. Cool. Excuse me. So this is day one of our 10-day spiritual empowerment activation. We actually were supposed to have a Facebook Live in this group, was it 2 weeks ago? And I had to cancel because I was sick. I am just reminding you all of that because I still have just the tiniest bit of junk happening, so I might cough or clear my throat, and I ask your forgiveness because I know we're not supposed to do that when we're on a video, but you all know, if you know me, you know I like to keep it real. I am just a regular person just like you. All of us in here, we're just regular people, and you know, I just happen to have been on certain aspects of my spiritual journey for perhaps a little bit longer than some. So there's that cough. So I'm just reaching back and helping pull everybody else along, just being a guiding hand. So I'm not a guru. I'm not like ultra spiritual, have everything perfect kind of person. It's just me, and I am totally committed to being here with all of you. I love creating free content every month. That's a really important aspect of my work, so you can count on that all the time. This 10-day spiritual empowerment activation is actually an event that I've started doing every year, and so this is our second time doing it. If you joined us last year, then this is different than last year, and I'm grabbing my cough drops because I can just feel, I haven't been coughing very much, but if you're somebody that works with energy, you may notice that when you start to teach or work with energy, it'll activate whatever is still healing within you. So that is what's happening with me. I feel some coughing coming on, even though I have not been coughing that much. So let's, so today is our first Facebook Live of this 10-day journey together. Our focus in this first Facebook Live is literally just introductions. What the heck are we doing in this 10-day journey? What's this all about? And that's what we're doing in this first video. Okay, so as we start, those of you who are used to showing up for my Facebook Lives, you already know, excuse me, to go ahead and say where you're joining from. So a lot of you have already done that. So I want to go ahead and do shout outs first. And if you haven't already said hello and where you're joining from, go ahead and do that now. And before I forget, I want to just give a shout out to everybody who is watching the replay. You may be watching the replay on Facebook or on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Psychic Protection Sanctuary. So hello, good to see you. Okay. Let's see where we have some hellos. Constance says, hey there from Grandview, Missouri. Cool. We have a lot of people here and not a lot of people who've said hello yet, so that's okay. Jeannie says, hi from Piper, Kansas. Tina says, hi everyone from Kansas City, Missouri. Cool. Melissa says, thank you, Maya, for sharing your gifts. Melissa from Lawrence, Kansas. Hello, good to see you. And Amira, hello from Northwestern Michigan. Yes, wonderful. So if you haven't said hello yet, go ahead and say hello. And I'm going to just glance at my notes real quick here. All right. Yeah, I was at an event a couple of weeks ago where there was mold in the, I mean, you could smell it. There was mold in the air vents. So I sat there the entire day getting blown on with like mold, which is really not good for your body. And so, yeah, so I got really sick for a whole week, and but I'm mostly better. I am all better. So some of you were sending me good vibes. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I probably sound worse than I feel, actually, because I feel pretty good today, and I'm so grateful because I did not want to have to reschedule our special event. DC Reed says, many blessings from Michigan. Hello there. Okay, so I want you to make sure that for each of these Facebook Lives, whether you're joining us live or watching the replay, I want you to have your journal or paper handy, because you're going to want to jot some things down. As you may have already noticed, when you're going through, like you're listening to something or going through an activity, if you just think about the answer to whatever question I'm asking, it's real easy to forget it. Like by the next day, you don't even remember at all. That's just so common. That's just a thing. Okay, that's just reality. So if you write it down, even just a couple of words, anything that comes up for you as we're going through our journey, then that's going to help anchor the work that we do. And even though we're only going to be meeting for maybe 30 minutes a day, those 30 minutes, because you'll be part of a group collective energy, it's going to be so powerful. And really the one shift that you need to do is to turn off other distractions and just listen and jot down notes. But you know what? With that said, I'm one of those teachers that I would rather that you show up at all than not show up. So if the only way that you can participate is where you're listening to me in your headphone and you're getting your kids ready for bed at the same time, well, of course, I'd like for you to focus 100% on your kids. But like if the only way that you can participate is where you're listening and you're doing the dishes from dinner or whatever, because your day is so full, then give yourself some grace, like participate however you can. But if you can possibly give these Facebook Lives your 100% attention, that's even better. Okay. But whatever you can do, in my opinion, is good. So just be here. Okay. We have more people joining. Zahira from Renton, Washington. That's wonderful. Yay. We have a lot of people here live, so thank you for being here. Okay, so we have another person who just joined. Let me just think here. What are we going to do next? So we're going to do a couple of things. The next thing that I'd like to jump into is tell you a little bit about our journey that we're doing together. So as I already mentioned, if you did the spiritual activation last year, then, excuse me, catching my breath. If you did it with us last year, we actually covered very different things. There might be a little bit of overlap, but not very much. I like to keep things interesting and mix things up. So just know that this is going to be very different. This year's focus of our 10-day spiritual empowerment activation is all about helping you learn how to manage your personal energy. Not just your physical vitality, your energy level, but your energy. Whether you are spiritually sensitive, if you're an empath or not, it doesn't matter. All of us need to learn how to manage our energy better. How to be able to function in the world without getting depleted, overwhelmed, upset by mean and crazy people in the world and all of that. So every day I'm going to be taking you through different aspects of learning how to manage your energy. And because it's a 10-day journey where we're meeting for just 30 minutes a day, I'm going to keep it simple, but that's not to say that it's not powerful. So each day you're going to learn a really simple aspect of managing your energy. And by keeping it simple, you're going to be able to master it. So by the time we get through all 10 days, you will have some seriously good skills developed. Okay, so we do have a comment here. Brenda says, look at the amazing energy you're exuding. I bet if you compared a video from last year's 10-day and today's 10-day, you'd see a wonderful difference. Not bad, simply better and more whole and happy. Good to see you. Hey, that's awesome. Branda, thank you for noticing that. You know what? Last year we did the journey in January, and this year we're doing it in March. I was going to do it in January every year, but I listened to my inner guidance, and this year it just felt too rushed. Most of you probably already know I moved from Kansas City to Tucson. And the reason why I did that was that I was following my soul's calling. I knew that I wasn't supposed to be in Kansas City anymore. Kansas City is wonderful for many people. It's the right place. It was not the right place for me anymore. And it was definitely affecting my energy, my mood, literally my energy field, because I was not where I was supposed to be. So I literally walked my talk, and right after, like a couple days after doing last year's spiritual empowerment activation, I scheduled a trip to Arizona for the first time. I had never been to Arizona, and so I went to Arizona. I went to Sedona. And it was a great trip, but I knew it wasn't exactly the right place for me to live. So the following month in February, I scheduled a really quick trip to Phoenix and then Tucson. And that was when I started to realize that I was supposed to move to Tucson. So I definitely walk my talk about, being willing to make whatever changes necessary to really thrive in life. So there's been a lot of breakthroughs, and thank you. I was doing a meditation earlier today, and I was guided to focus on gratitude. And one of the things that I was sending gratitude out to was all of my students and my clients, because you guys have been so freaking amazing. And this last year has not been easy. There have been a lot of challenges, and I have felt so much support from my students. And I want you all to know that, like, I'm an empath, so I feel stuff. I can feel that you guys are all on the sidelines going, yay! Like, as I was talking about moving and working through some health stuff, and you guys have been amazing. So I appreciate you all so much. So I was going to talk a little bit about me. So I just did. That's awesome. Now you know a little bit about me. And Zahira says, I love the one each day. Yes, we're going to be doing one each day. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do a little group activity. We're going to brainstorm together. Let me get this out of my mouth. So grab your paper and your pen. Let me think here. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of sharing, and I'm just kind of following my guidance right now. What I'd like for us to share is what exactly drew you to join or participate in this 10-day spiritual empowerment activation. It could be that, like, oh, you just kind of were on Facebook and you got a notification and you just ended up here. Like, that's cool, totally fine. Or it could be that there's another reason, or maybe you participated in last year's and there was something that you got from it. Or maybe you didn't, but you felt called, you felt a nudge that you were supposed to be here. Why are you here? Okay, so I want you to answer that question, jot it down, and then I want you to go ahead and share. Now, there's always about a 30-second delay between when you type your answers and when I see them. So keep that in mind. Go ahead and type your answer fast, and then maybe write in your journal after that. And I'm going to go ahead and share your answers. Constance says, I joined because of the good experience I had last year. Awesome. Very cool. While we're waiting for more answers to come through, I'll go ahead and share that one of the reasons why I do this, why I feel called to offer it, is because I love finding ways to connect with the community. That's you guys. I love working with Facebook Live. It's just a really great format. That was another thing I was feeling grateful for earlier today. So this is a great way for me to connect with all of you and for you to all connect with each other. We have this wonderful Facebook group, and we do interact on there, but we get so much closer when we jump in and do a journey that's several days long like this. So far, the couple of them that we've done in the past have been wonderful. Melissa says, I think you are a great teacher and I'm ready to expand. And she has an emoji of a sunflower because she lives in Kansas. Cool. Thank you, Melissa. Nicole says, got your notification. Cool. I love that Facebook sends those notifications. That's perfect. Tina says, I saw your name pop up on Facebook and it was time for me to listen to my intuition was telling me to listen. Cool. Hello, Carrie. It's good to see you. Zahira says, I liked the material you said you would be covering, and I always love all of your programs and classes. Big heart from Zahira. Thanks, you guys. Thank you for sharing. As you noticed, everybody had a different reason for being here. If you're watching the replay, I want you to take a minute and think about, well, why the heck are you here, right? So, similar question, but different. Similar question, but different. What do you hope to get out of this? What do you hope? Like deep down, maybe you haven't really consciously thought about it, but I want you to think about it now. What do you, even though you don't know exactly what we're doing, exactly what we're covering, because I'm kind of keeping it a surprise, you know that it's a spiritual empowerment activation. So there's some kind of empowerment that's going to happen, right? It's something spiritual, and you know that, and your gut feeling has brought you here. So what is it that you hope to get from this experience? Okay, think about it, type your answer, and then jot some notes down in your journal. And we have some more answers to the previous question. Jill says, I got the notification from Facebook, missed it last year. Always enjoy hearing what you have to say. I learn a lot. Thank you. You're welcome, Jill. Hi, Sharon. DC says, I am going through transformation and appreciate any empowerment tools and inspiration available. I also took your psychic protection mentorship course. Yes, I remember you, Destin. Awesome. Good to see you again. And Dustin is answering the recent question of what she wants to accomplish, and that is to learn more about myself and what will empower me. Tina says, I've learned a lot from you, Maya, and there's got to be a reason, and I'm hoping to learn detachment. That's good. Cool. Any other answers? I think there's going to be a couple more answers coming through. So while we're waiting for that, I'm going to go ahead and just give you my little blurb that I'm giving on the first day of class. And that is that if you are wanting to work with me more deeply than what we cover in this wonderful free program, which is very introductory, if you want to go deeper with me, then I invite you to check out my Spiritual Empowerment Academy, and that's a 12-month online program. And it's like this, but on steroids. It's like times 20. I know that there's some people joining us live who are in the program, and we cover so much stuff. There's Facebook Lives, but then there's also classes on Zoom. And that means that we can all see each other and interact, so it's not just me. We have long distance energy balancing sessions. We have complimentary psychic readings whenever you're needing assistance. And then there's I think more than 100 hours of content in the student archives. Content that covers everything from psychic development, developing your spiritual gifts, psychic protection, how to manage your energy, empath tools and tips, personal and spiritual development. And I mean, there's so much Reiki. I mean, there's just tons. It's so juicy in that program. It's amazing. Anyway, that's all that I will say about that. If you would like more information, you can go to my website, which is psychicprotectionsanctuary.com. And then under the events tab, you'll see in the drop-down menu, you'll see Spiritual Empowerment Academy. And you can click on it to get more information. Okay. And I'm here to answer your questions about it. Before I read the rest of the questions, the rest of the answers, I want to let you know that every day of this journey, there will be drawings for free gifts. And so today there's actually going to be some free gifts coming up in just a minute after I read the rest of the answers. So let's see, who do we got here? I'll make sure I don't read anything twice. Constance says, I hope to find motivation and insight regarding making changes, even though I feel comfortable where I am. Yeah, I love that. Zahira says, to grow spiritually in different directions and of course be empowered. Jeannie says, expand myself spiritually and trust my inner guidance. And Jeannie says, Spiritual Empowerment Academy is wonderful. Yeah, I mean, I happen to think that it's freaking awesome, but I mean, I'm the one that's putting it on. So, you know, it's probably easier to believe it if the actual students are saying that. And we do have wonderful students in the program, which of course is the main part, the main reason why that program has such great energy is because of all the people that are in there. I do hand select everybody that's in there, just FYI. My philosophy is less is more. I'd rather have quality than quantity. So it's not one of those programs where there's like a zillion people in there. It's actually, I keep it small, and anyone who wants to join, I actually personally meet with them over video, and we just see if it's the right fit, because we want to have really the right synergy with everybody who's in there. And so I've been doing it that way for a few years now, and that's been a really good thing because now we have like the most amazing group of people. Okay, do we have any other answers? Let's do our free gifts, because every day there's going to be some kind of free gifts that I'm going to announce at the end. So remember, today was all about like introductions. What is it that we're doing together? Just launching this 10-day journey together. And we're almost at 30 minutes now. And then tomorrow we will be getting into our first aspect of managing your energy. Okay. And I'm not going to give away exactly what we're going to do each day. I was tempted to, but I think I want to just keep it a mystery. Every day we're going to cover an important aspect of learning how to manage your energy. And so we'll start with that tomorrow. Before I get into the free gifts, I want to also point out that every day there's going to be a post, excuse me, in the Spiritual Empowerment Community Facebook group, this Facebook group. There's going to be a homework post, and I'll post instructions on exactly what to do. So basically, I'll be asking you to answer a question or questions, and you'll just write your comment in the comments thread. And so I've already posted that, and it says, welcome to day 1 of our 10-day spiritual empowerment activation. Here is today's homework. In the comments below, answer these questions. And so several of you have already done that. That's awesome. There are some days out of the 10-day journey where I'm going to also give some free gifts to anyone who participates in the homework. We're not going to do that today, but we will do that on I'm just going to surprise you on certain days. I'm not going to tell you ahead of time. So that means you'll want to participate in the homework every day. Be sure to post your comments in the homework thread, because at least 2 or more of our 10 days, I'm going to be giving a free gift. Okay. So, and Zahira says, yes, I love SEA, which is short for Spiritual Empowerment Academy. Yes, I love it too. I love that you guys are in there. Okay, free gifts. So today we have two aspects of our free gifts. The first one is that I'm giving a free gift to everybody in the Facebook group, all of you who've joined live and everybody in the Facebook group. And this is actually a replay of my class that I taught last night in Tucson at the Web of Life Center. And that class was a guided journey, a chakra balancing group energy healing session. And for those of you who are already in Spiritual Empowerment Academy, you know how powerful those group sessions are. And if you're in the Academy, you always get all of those freebies anyway. So I already posted that in your group. But those of you who are in this free Facebook group, you don't get all those freebies, but you will today. So today I'm going to post the private link to the chakra balancing guided journey that I offered last night here in Tucson. I audio recorded it and I uploaded it, and it's a private link, which means that like the whole world can't see it, only people that I send the link to. So that means I'm going to post that private link in the Facebook group. You'll have access to it. And heck, I don't mind if you send it to a friend or whatever, but it is a private link. So not everybody has access to it, only anybody who has the link. So you'll get access to that. It's really powerful and I hope you enjoy it. And then also I'm going to pick 3 people who are here live in this Facebook Live right now. So 3 of you are going to get a gift from me, and it is, and by the way, usually most of the gifts are little, but powerful. And then some of the gifts are a little bit bigger, and those will come later. So today's gifts are little. I'm going to offer 3 people a message from your guides. Okay. Message from your guides. So just a short 1 or 2 sentences, message from your angels and guides. So if you want to be entered into that, I want you to go ahead and say hi or me, or give me like a thumbs up, or actually no thumbs up. I want you to type something so that I see your name, and go ahead and, because in the past when we did this, I would be calling people's names and they weren't here anymore. And so it's like, well, you can't win if you're not here. You got to be here until the very end for these special gifts. So if you want to be entered, go ahead and tell me. And I'm going to grab a piece of paper and write down whoever's entering. And I'm just laughing because your comments are coming through. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to write down names and put you all in the drawing. Jeannie, Yvonne, DC. Yes. Tina. Constance. Yay. Constance is still here. Jeannie, gotcha. Jill, gotcha. And Melissa. And Yvonne, gotcha. Okay, I'm going to give you all 10 more seconds. Okay, Zahira. Cool. Amira. Bueller. I love it. That's, if you don't know what movie that's from, well, anyway. That's from a funny movie back from when I was a kid. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's what Jill says. Cool. Okay, I think we got everybody. All right, let's see who is supposed to get this. We have 3 people that are going to be chosen. Okay. All right, so if you didn't win, come back tomorrow, because I do go out of my way to set an intention that different people get different prizes. So if you didn't win, come back tomorrow or whenever you can, okay? So our winners for the brief message from your guides and angels, Jeannie, Yvonne, and Amira. So all 3 of you, Jeannie, Yvonne, and Amira. So go ahead and send me a private message. I actually am teaching some other classes tonight. So I may or may not get to it tonight, but I will take care of it as soon as possible. I'll send you your private little reading. And if you didn't win, make sure you come back tomorrow because you'll have a chance to win. Every single day there will be free stuff. So remember that each day of this journey, we're going to be going over very simple but potent aspects of learning to manage your energy in the best way possible. And by learning to manage your energy, then you become a more empowered spiritual being and a more empowered person in the world. So let's do this. Make sure that you do your homework. Maya, the teacher, says make sure you do your homework. Make sure you go into the Facebook group, Spiritual Empowerment Community, and post your answer. And again, a loving shout out to anyone watching the replay. You can write all your, if you're watching this much later in the future, you can write all your answers in your journal or in the comments of the YouTube video. That's good too. DC says, could you type in the winners and names because internet keeps cutting out? With my device, I'm not able to, but as soon as we're done, I will go on to Facebook into the group and I will make a special post where I type the names and tag everyone. Okay, sound good? Thanks for letting me know, DC. All right, so I can't wait for tomorrow. We're going to meet at the same time every day, 5 p.m. Central. So whatever time zone you're in, adjust accordingly. Also a heads up, excuse me, a heads up that on Thursday of this week, it is possible that our timing might get messed up because the place where I'm staying, the property management said they want to show up sometime between 8 and 5 or 9 and 5 or something like that. So it's, you know how that is when you have an appointment like with the cable company and you're waiting all day. Well, this isn't with the cable company. It's with my property management of the place that I'm staying. And so I'm like, oh, great. Well, so we'll see how it goes. But if on Thursday you're like, where's Maya? What's happening? Worst case scenario, I might be on later than expected. That's on Thursday. Okay, that's the only day that things might be wonky. But I will post an update. If anything is weird, I'll post updates. I'll make posts in the Facebook group. Does that make sense? Okay, so I wanted to give you a heads up about that because I know you all get really used to me being very dependable. Thanks everybody for being here. And I actually have several other classes that I'm teaching tonight. This is one of my free ones. And then at the top of the hour here, I have my monthly class, my monthly Facebook Live class in my free group, Psychic Protection Sanctuary. And that is for people who are having more intense or who really want to dive into the more intense stuff. We talk about entities and, more serious kinds of spiritual warfare. Whereas in this group that you're in, this is more about developing your spiritual gifts, becoming more empowered, living a more empowered life, that sort of thing. But if you're also interested in the more intense stuff, jump into the Psychic Protection Sanctuary Facebook group. It's a free group, and we have a Facebook Live once a month, and it just happens to be tonight. So hop over there with me if you want to. That's going to happen at the top of the hour here in less than 30 minutes. And I will see you all later on tonight or tomorrow for day 2 of our 10-day spiritual empowerment activation. Sending you all my love. Bye.